Okay, so yesterday this giant black cube showed up and I realized that the situation is untenable. So this is the spring cleaning video. This is a 3D printer. And it's probably way overkill for what I'm trying to do, which is mostly print knitting machines and knitting machine accessories. And I still need to learn how to use it, and I'm still waiting on some filament that should show up in a couple days, but there will be videos about this. But when it showed up, I realized I didn't really have space for it. So now it's time to take stock of my situation here and try to make everything fit better so it's actually usable, because there's a giant pile of trash right off camera. And while I'm filming this, it's not technically spring yet, but it's going to be in the 80s next week, and spring's in like a week anyway, so we're going to do this, and hopefully I can get back to a better baseline. It's bad. It's real bad. Okay, let me show you this current state of things, and then we'll figure out what to do. I ask that you not judge me too harshly as we go through this. I live in a state of organized chaos. I know where to find everything. I know where everything is. It's just kind of hard to move around in this space right now. And I feel like this kind of thing just happens when you're a person who makes things. You just collect stuff and you make stuff, and it kind of expands to fill the space that you have available. So let's go through it. Okay, this is where the intro started. This is my 3D printer. It's a Cheaty Max 4. It's brand new. I printed a thing to make sure that it works correctly, and it does. And then over here, we have the still out of commission E6000. And I think it's time to find a new home for this. I've had it for a couple years now. I have not had the time to work on it. I think I might try to find somebody who can actually get something out of it. And then down here, we have a cover for a monitor that I need to put somewhere. This is an air filter because I live in Northern California, and every few years we have big wildfires that cause pollution, and I have asthma and I need filtered air in order to continue living. These are the tool stands that I need to put together to put my Dubied on. They're just sitting here in pieces and need to get reassembled. And then I have big cabinets on the left and on the right that are full of stuff. The left is like video stuff and some knitting machine stuff, and the right is a bunch of electronics and also some other stuff. I need to organize those cabinets. And then in the back here, we have most of my bulky yarn storage, at least the stuff that's in skeins. I need to go through and organize this better. This is not great. This is just turned into a pile. And then up here, this is my desk. This is where I do both YouTube stuff and work stuff, like when I'm working from home for my day job. And over here, we just have a pile of stuff. These are my work laptops. I have multiple for reasons. And then, like, Power Brick. And my mom always asks why I have cans of pumpkin sitting on the floor in my videos. They're doorstops, okay? They're convenient. And then this is a mouse trap, because once, while I was filming another video, I had the door open because it was nice out, and a mouse just wandered in. So now I have mouse traps because I'm allergic to mice. Over here, we have a pile. This is yarn that needs to go somewhere else. This is a bunch of Hexie Puffs I started putting together for a quilt. I have ideas about storing those better. We have a trash can. We have a space heater because this is a garage and it needs HVAC control stuff. We have another trash can back here. And then this is exam table paper because I used to do a lot of sewing and like drafting my own patterns. And I didn't work through all of it. I think I might pull 1 or 2 rolls out of there, put them in storage, and then donate the rest to somewhere. And then we have the pile of books that I just reviewed for another video. We have a pile of cut up scraps that I have been using to stuff the Hexie Puffs. And then we have a pile of, this is like small quantities of yarn that I want to use to make the Hexie Puffs. Let me just have like a pile of swatches. And this is more waste yarn that needs to be cut up and put in this bin. And then a bunch of yarn just hanging out here. And this is the thing that I use to put the camera around my neck to get point of view shots. And then we've got a bunch of, there's the iPhone pocket thing. And we got more yarn over here. And the TV. And this wall hanging I made at a work thing. And then over here we have my stand where I do most of my filming and my knitting stuff. And then shelves behind that I need to clean up. I have yarn in a cabinet over here, so the yarn needs to go in the cabinet over there. And then we have my main monitor that I use when I'm filming with the big camera, and they're all on different tripod stands and they get in the way. And then a bunch of polyfill I've been using for various things that needs to be recompressed. And then this bag that just lived here with a bunch of sweaters and things that I've finished. I need to go through all of my sweaters, and we'll get to that in a minute. Oh, and there's another book in here. Oh okay. Okay, we're good. And then over here we have a pile of garter carriages that I kind of use as a little desk. And then my cast on combs here. And then this rolly cart full of accessories that need to be better organized. Oh, I have a dress form over here that I recently moved because it was originally in the other corner where the 3D printer currently is. And then this cabinet is full of yarn. Oh, there's me. And then this is full of like swatches and fancier yarns that lives in bins because it's got natural fibers and I've had bugs before. And a poncho I made once. Probably should go somewhere else. And more swatches down there. Then we have a little cart thing that I use to carry around large batches of knitting machines when I'm at events, and a folding chair. And then this is the dubia that I'm still working on restoring, that I will get back to because honestly, in its current state, it takes up more space than it will when it's in its final state. So getting it cleaned up and getting this restored will actually clear up some space. This thing back here is part of my air conditioner. This is the air conditioner. This has to stay. It gets really hot in here in the summer, and I need something. But it lives on a disassembled office chair because it needs to be high enough so that its exhaust pipe can get to where the window opens. That's the exhaust pipe there. I might see if I can find a smaller, more compact thing because it takes up a lot of space. I don't use it for like half the year, so it doesn't really need to be there. And then down here, I have some cleaning supplies for the Dubied, a random backpack, and then these boxes back here actually belong to a friend who lent me some lights years ago that I need to give back to him. I might just drop them off on his front porch and tell him that they're there. And then this is just a box. It's here for structural support because the Dubied's kind of too heavy for this folding table. So that's a thing. And then down here, I just have my linker, which I don't really use. I should use it more. I should find a better place for it to live. And then we have this pile of trash, which is packaging from the 3D printer. And there's even more of this pile of trash outside the door because it didn't fit in here. And I need to like organize it all and get it in the trash can. And it'll probably take multiple days because here in California, we have tiny trash cans for environmental reasons, I assume. So that is the current state of my knitting setup. And it's overwhelming. Like I have a full weekend to work on this, but like looking at this, it's overwhelming. So what I like to do with personal projects is work with a Pomodoro timer. It's a technique where you spend like 25 minutes on something and you take a 5-minute break. And then every 2 or 4 hours or something, you take a longer break. And that seems to help a lot with like the overwhelm process. Like tackling this whole room is impossible, but like spending 25 minutes on something is absolutely doable. So we're going to try that. And I've got a whole list written on paper in my kitchen of things I want to accomplish and things I want to organize. So I'm just going to work through that list in 25-minute chunks and we're going to see how far I get. But I think this whole process needs to start inside. I have a bunch of sweaters and samples that I need to organize, and let's do that inside because as part of that, I want to like put the winter stuff away so it's not going to get damaged while it's just sitting there and then come back to it next year. So I need to prep everything for that. So let's do that first. So we're back and I have this pile in my living room and also more knitting machines behind me. Don't worry about it. They're just on them. I don't own them. So it's justifiable. And I put on the poncho to justify its existence. This really needs to go. This is not my style. I often can't tell if something is my style or something I will want to wear until after I've made it. And to be honest, this whole hobby of making things on knitting machines is more about making the things than it is about having the things. So I have a lot of things that I just don't wear for whatever reason. And I think I've been thinking about organizing like a sample sale maybe, just to get these things out of my house. Like maybe somebody else will get more out of them. There are some things that I want to keep. There are some things that I want to unravel because they're not like they serve their purpose and I don't need them anymore. And then there are some things that are like things I bring to events as samples of like what is possible, and I want to keep those on hand so I don't have to like dig them out of my closet every time. So I'm going to organize this into a handful of piles, and then we're going to figure out what's happening to everything. So first, the 7-foot tube, that's I'm going to keep. This is going to start a pile that I'm calling put in a compression bag and open up next winter. I have a group of things that I'm already planning to unravel in one of these bags. These are like vacuum bag things. These are the Amazon brand, but like you put all your squishy stuff in there and then you suck all the air out with a tool, and then it's more compressed and it'll fit in your closet better stacked. But these are things that I was already planning to unravel. I just haven't gotten around to yet. So let's put that over there. And then I want to like make sure the stuff that I'm putting away for next winter is clean-ish. This I haven't worn since I washed it last, so I'm just going to fold it up and make a pile. This is the first thing that I ever had a sponsored video about, and it needs some adjustments. The straps stretch out. This is the pinafore skirt thing. I need to like back the straps with ribbon or something, but I'm keeping this. You know what? Let's switch to time lapse. That didn't take as long as I expected it to. Let me show you the stuff. So here we have the unraveled pile. I have added this prototype of the black sheep sweater, and then this prototype of my first cardigan. And this needs to be unraveled because it's got one weird sleeve and then one fairly normal sleeve, and it was really just for demonstration purposes. So I'm going to open up this bag and add these two to it. And then this poncho is going to Goodwill. I don't wear this. It can go. And then over here we have the pile of things I'm saving for next winter. We have the 6-foot tube. We have the pinafore thing. This is a fitted skirt that I made and never made a video about. We have the black sheep. We have the Christmas sweater. We have this cream thing that I wear all the time during the winter. It just needs to be washed before it goes away. And then this guy, which is too heavyweight for anything beyond now. And then the green round yoke. And then this pile over here, I'm calling my potential sample sale pile. It's a bunch of things that I've made that I don't really wear. And I'll put them in a compression bag and think about what to do with them later. And then this is the pile of things that's staying in rotation. This is a cardigan that I made. I just want to take the zipper off because I don't really like the way it lays with the zipper. It's not quite right. And then we have a short sleeve sweater. And then we have this, which is hand knit. It just needs to be washed. And then we have this cardigan that I wear all the frickin' time. That was a prototype for the wolf cardigan from that Project Hail Mary. This dress that I made several years ago that I still want to iterate on, but I'm going to try to wear this more. The actual wolf cardigan. This would normally go in, I'd put this in the winter stuff, but I haven't seen the movie yet and I want to wear this to see the movie, so it's staying out for now. And then what are we calling this? The rainbow jumper. Because it's like very appropriate for spring, so it's staying. And then up on the couch, I have a few other things. The pile on the left is like stuff that I'm not quite sure what to do with. Some of it has sentimental value, some of it I'm gonna toss. Just like straight up toss, because it's not gonna unravel well. And then over here we have the furry cardigan that I made for the knit along this past year. I want to fix the button band, it's not quite right. And then this is a bulky version of the octopus sweater that I made a couple years ago while I was still recovering from being really, really, really sick. And I filmed most of it, and it might turn into a video, but I want to hold on to it in case it does. So that's it. And so when I went looking for the bags to store stuff in, I found more knits. Oh, I've been looking for the other sock for a while. Okay. We have skirt prototypes. This goes in the sample sale. We have another skirt prototype, also sample sale. We have the top prototype that wasn't right, sample sale. We have my first big AAB scarf, which folds over on itself. You're getting unraveled. We have a cowl from the Doodle Cowl. That's going in the sample sale pile. And then a bunch of knit pumpkins. These are also going sample sale. Okay. Am I ever actually going to sell these things? I don't know. If I don't get around to it within some reasonable time frame, I'm just going to send them to Goodwill. I'm sure someone will find something from them. And then there's other stuff in here. And then I'm going to use this bag for my pile of things. These are the things I've decided to keep out to bring to events on a regular basis. We got some sweaters in here and also a the banner that I double bed jacquarded, and the QR code dress, which lives in its own bag because it like is special to me and I don't want anything to like get spilled on it. The rest of these I don't care as much because they wouldn't be as difficult to recreate. The QR code dress was a lot of work. I like to bring this one out because it's a hybrid. I did the yoke by hand and then the rest of it on the machine. And then this is a round yoke sweater I knit on the Centro. And then this is the octopus sweater, which I need to recreate in something that shows up better on camera than black. Okay, so this nice and at the ready bag is samples for events. Okay. Okay, I have both the unravel pile vacuumed up, the sample sale pile vacuumed up. These will probably live under my bed for a while. And then I have a pile, I have the pile of stuff that I'm going to put away for the winter. I'm not vacuuming that up yet because I want to wash the black sheep sweater first. And I just shaved all the fuzzies off of it and it's sitting in the sink blocking in some like light wool wash. And I'm going to leave it there for about half an hour and then leave it out to dry. And it'll probably take a couple days to dry, but then everything can get packed up and then I'll have a pile of these bags. I will organize getting some of it out of my house. That's going to happen. While I'm waiting on that, I hit the end of my first Pomodoro timer, so I'm going to take a break. And then I think I'm going to tackle some of the packing materials from the 3D printer, and then we'll go from there. We are back. The black sheep sweater is drying. It's probably going to take a couple days and then I can put away the winter stuff. And I had some time to do some cleaning up in here. I got rid of the remaining packaging from the 3D printer and I moved some stuff around. I put away the garter carriages and put the air filter here. I use this as a little table. It can't hold much weight, but it can hold like some cast on combs and stuff. And then I put the polyfill back here and I managed to fit the table paper there as well. So now I have this spot under here and I need to do some measuring and see if the printer will actually fit here and still let me store my machines in a way that I can like swing them out to get to the ones in the back. But that's coming up next. And then I've got this pile of swatches and yarn to organize, but we'll get to it. Okay, it's a different day. I ran out of steam yesterday, and that's always the risk with these projects, that you run out of steam and you don't finish them. But I'm back. I had some administrative stuff to do this morning, and now it's afternoon because I had some other stuff to do too. But let me explain the current state of things. 3D printer is here. I don't know if it will stay here. it might need additional ventilation requirements that don't make it work here, but I'm not going to know until I get it up and running and print a few things. And I managed to get the box where the filament sits on top of the desk, and like all of the stuff runs behind there, so it should be in good shape. And then my group of machines still fits under the desk, and I can swing them out and get to the ones in the back, so that's still good. I got stuff shoved back there. I managed to put one of my lights up here, so it's not taking up floor space anymore, and I think I'm going to try to put this light up on this table to help with that. I need to see how it works out with my camera setup, though, to make sure that the lights actually are still doing what they need to do. And then I think I'm going to leave my... slightly off the camera. I have my main big camera tripod and my monitor over here, and my air conditioner if it's pushed back kind of against the wall here, so that's pretty good. But I still have things I need to sort out, like where the hell is my linker gonna live? And also I've got this going on. This is my scrap yarn that I've been collecting, and then I cut it up and put it in this bin. I need to cut up the rest of this so this container's empty again. I use this to stuff stuff when I don't want to use polyfill as a way to like use up all of my yarn. These are all stuffed with waste yarn. And of course, I've got a bunch of bags down over here that need to, like, stuff needs to go where it's supposed to go. But I think first I'm going to take care of all of the yarn that's sitting out. It should go in the cabinet over there instead of like sitting here and being in the way. So let me do that. All right, I'm calling it. Let me show you the state of things. All of the bags of stuff have been removed from the floor and put back where they're supposed to be. And then we have 3D printer, filament box for 3D printer, lights, my old laptop, which is now dedicated to AEB, my linker. I'm going to put it here for now and see how it looks in the background of videos, and then decide maybe it should live somewhere else, but we'll see. And then I have cleaned off the top of this shelf thing behind my machine. I'm keeping my waste yarn out because I use it all the time. And then over here we have a yarn winder, and this is the toolbox of the machine that I currently have out. And then I decided to like pin stuff to the back wall. This is a converted garage, and behind this is like some insulating material that's easy to pin into. So I've got some stuff from previous events, and then these loom punch cards over here, which I just think are cool. And I really need to put like a sweater or something on this so she's not naked, but my dress form. And then we have my air filter right here, bunch of tools. I've organized the top with some of these clear organizers. I'll put links to these in the description. And then, so it's got like standard gauge tools, bulky tools, clothespins and clips and stuff to hold loose ends of yarn. And then here we have extra supplies. There are extra needles in here, and these are extra sponges for the sponge bars. And then we've got double bed supplies down here, a bunch of weights and a couple connecting arms that need to be rehomed. And then I have not really touched the doobie stuff. I'll get back to this once I start cleaning this again. And then I have a collection of tripods over here. This is not the best, but it's good enough. My regular camera, my monitor, my air conditioner, a light. I was going to put this up on the table, but I didn't really have space for it, so it's just going to live in this corner for now. And that's about it. So there we are. That's the end of my spring cleaning video. I didn't accomplish everything I wanted to accomplish, but the space is now clean enough that I can move around it and figure out where things are, and I have time and space to like get to the rest later. Entropy is not a solvable problem, and I don't like problems that can't be solved. This is a problem that must be managed, so this is not the end of any of this. I will have to continue to clean up and reorganize and get everything back together repeatedly for the rest of my life, and I'm not looking forward to that, but it's usable now. I'm still waiting on the black sheep sweater to dry after I washed it, and then I'll put all the winter stuff together in a compressed bag. And while I'm talking about that, let me know in the comments if you're interested in a sample sale. I'm not like trying to make money off the stuff that I make. I'm really just trying to get it out of my house and give to someone who will appreciate it as much as I do. So it'll probably like put things up on eBay or something, and maybe give channel members more of a heads up about what's going on. So there's that. Yeah, that's my spring cleaning video. The chaos has died down. And the 3D printing can commence now. I want to say thank you to channel members who make videos like this possible. If you'd like to become a channel member, you can click the join button down below. All channel members get early access to new videos, and channel members at the mid-tier and higher get access to members-only videos. A lot of behind-the-scenes stuff. I recently went through my entire library of machine knitting books, which I actually put on a shelf over here and didn't show you. Don't worry, I'll show you later. So if that's your thing, go check it out. Thanks for watching. Happy knitting.